Alright, trying out a new mic. Let's see how well this goes. Since my other two mics genuinely want to take a crap on me. Hello everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome one and all. I'm TV Antenna. Welcome to TV Land. I hope you liked the new ping tuber model that I featured last night. Hopefully everybody had a little piece of fun with that. Maybe we'll get to have some more fun with that in the time to come. But welcome to TV Land. I'm TV Antenna. I hope everybody is doing well. Hopefully everybody is being a blessing at work, and we can all have a little bit of fun and just genuinely enjoy ourselves out here. But nevertheless, welcome to TV Land. Don't worry, I'm still working out the kinks on this, I can't remember what to call this software. VideoTube Mini is the software I'm using to run TV Head. But, see, we're always perfecting the streams. Hey TK, hope you're doing well. See, we're always perfecting the streams. We're always trying to make our streams better. We're always trying to iron out the kinks so that you can just sit there and enjoy the stream, and I can just do all the hard work and the manual labor over here. But nevertheless, welcome to TV Land. I'm TV Antenna. I hope everybody's had a great Saturday. Hopefully everybody has rested well. I know some of you are out of school for the summer, and I know y'all are excited about that, and that you're just ready to enjoy the summer, and you're just ready to have a good time here. But nevertheless, I just could not wait till July to play this game. Anybody with half a brain knows that I am head over heels, puppy dog, addicted to this game, and have been since I was growing up. You know, I absolutely love this man, and I absolutely love this computer game, and I absolutely love his half iced tea, half lemonade beverage, even though my dad does not bother to get it from Walmart anymore. But anyway, to be fair, we're trying to cut back on our sugar. But anyway, congrats on graduating from high school. I graduated from high school class of 2011, only weeks after our high risk day in terms of severe weather. So there you have it. But I'm trying out this new microphone. I hope this works. I tried to set it to where you won't hear my fan, too good, but I think you're still hearing my fan because it's just right under this microphone and right under this laptop for the intent of keeping my laptop fairly cool because my laptop gets crazy hot. So, you know how that goes. We have to take care of our gadgets, lest they pretty much go to the dogs. But anyway, I usually stream on a business day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, when and if I can. And last night I was playing with the Scuff Squad, and my time with them has been healing for all of us as we sought to have a little bit of fun and, join hands and join hearts and try to have ourselves a good time and hopefully take a breather, albeit temporarily, from reality, so that we can, have a few laughs and, take a breather from reality and not have to worry about the monotony of everyday life. And after the Scuff Squad festivities, I decided to stick around and showcase some games that I will be playing for the month of July. Well, I have no patience. So I am going to go ahead and get the 2024 July season going for Jack Nicklaus 6 Golden Bear Challenge. Of course, I'll have to warm up a little bit and do a little piece of derusting, as I always have to do with some of these games. But I really love this game so much, and even though it's technically virtual, the golf courses that Jack Nicklaus has designed over the years are beautiful and very scenic and very well designed. Jack is definitely one that sets the proverbial precedence when it comes to golf course designing. He, under his golf course company, Nicklaus Designs, has collaborated to design over 400 golf courses. It's a pity the nearest one is like a 2 to 2.5 hour drive from my house and is a private course, so I can't really enjoy his creations in real life, but at least I have the opportunity. Hey Alderin, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. But at least I have the opportunity to do so virtually from some of the computer games he has designed in the late 80s and early 90s under the company Accolade, and later on from the company Activision. I'm doing well. Glad you're doing well. Tell you what, let me move this a little piece. This wire is kind of getting in the way. I'm going to try to figure that out one of these days. I'm using a different microphone because my lapel mic and my Bluetooth mic apparently are having issues. So I'm using this Blue brand microphone. It's called the Snowball because of the way it's shaped. And I'm still trying to get used to it. I have to kind of work my arms around this to use my laptop keyboard, because I'm sitting it right on top of this fan, just like I'm doing with this laptop, as I seek to aim to keep this laptop cool while I'm streaming, because this laptop gets very, very hot when I do so much on it, and it's it's kind of frustrating, not gonna lie. But anyway, we're gonna enjoy some of the golf courses that Jack has designed in this game, and I was able to convert golf courses from past Jack Nicklaus games onto here, so that you'll get to enjoy these as well. Don Paulione, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. This is I guess you can say the father and founder of La Familia, the team I am now a part of as of Monday. I hear you. We're sending prayers your way. If I remember, I will pray for you during our pre-service prayer meeting at church tomorrow. New York City is a hotbed for illnesses, so you do need to stay vigilant. If you still have your mask, it probably wouldn't hurt to go out to wear it when you go out in public in NYC. Probably even double mask if you're able and you can, because New York City is a hotbed for illnesses. So definitely stay vigilant. And while I'm thinking about it, let's give a shout out to Don. There we go. Fantastic guy.
I do this little ceremony.
He streams a lot of Mario games, and he's getting back into the Jackbox thing, and because he is working with Ubisoft, he gets a front row seat to some of their work before a lot of people do, so you get to see him give you the inside baseball to some Ubisoft games. So
did everybody.
If you're a fan of Ubisoft games, this guy is your streamer. If you love Mario games, this guy is your streamer too. From the streets of the tri-state area, as some of us lovingly call New York City. Fantastic streamer. It's always an honor to pop in and greet him and have a little bit of good, clean, wholesome fun with him. From New York City. Again a hotbed for illnesses, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, Don does get sick every now and again. So, definitely pray for his healing, so that he can go back out there and be a blessing in the vocational area. But hopefully, we can get you recovered. And we can get you back on your 2 feet again, so that you can go change your little part of the world. Hopefully you don't have any of these crazy viruses that are flying around. So definitely be careful there. I still remember about 2 years ago when the monkeypox started becoming a thing and came to the United States. I think I saw where New York City had like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of cases of the monkeypox. So I cling to the hope that you've never had the pox or any of those other viruses that continue to fly around. So please be careful out there. And again, if you still have your masks, definitely still wear those if you can and are able to when you go out in public at NYC. Oh, you used to play Jack Nicklaus golf. That's awesome. I played Jack Nicklaus 4 and Jack Nicklaus 6 growing up. And within the last few years, I've grown acquainted with the other Jack Nicklaus games that are in existence now. I really enjoy playing these games, especially since they have the golf course designer. I'm a bit of a golf course designer enthusiast. I don't have the money to plant a golf course because it is spit dog expensive to plant a golf course or a business or anything in the U.S. But it's fun to let your creativity roam free on some of these golf games. But with Jack and Barbara Nicklaus's anniversary being a month away, we're going to celebrate. As I've shared last night, and I'll share it again today, Jack Nicklaus is not just a great golfer, but a very wholesome human being, as well as his wife of what will soon be 64 years, the former Barbara Bash. She is a wholesome human being and a beautiful soul. So, in no uncertain terms, we're going to celebrate this incredible power couple, especially as we get into the month of July. We're going to be playing some Jack Nicklaus games throughout the month of July. So let's go ahead and jump to gameplay. And let's get down to business. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Jack Nicklaus. Welcome to Golden Bear Challenge.
And here it is, Jack Nicklaus 6 Golden Bear Challenge. I think you were talking about the greatest 18 holes of golf for the Nintendo Entertainment System, where Jack walks us through 18 holes where he recalls some of his favorite golf courses of major tournament play. Actually, it was recommended to me by my one of my best online friends. Her name is Crunchy Sunflower. Fingers crossed Crunchy gets partner one day. I'm praying hard about that. Please, everything that's up there in heaven, let Crunchy Sunflower be a Twitch partner. In the name of everything that is up there in the heavens, in the heavenlies, please let Crunchy Sunflower be Twitch partner. But anyway, Crunchy messaged me a few weeks ago and said she found this TV head VTuber on Etsy. I had to get it from Coffee though, because that link had since been taken down, so I had to get it on Coffee. But I actually bought this VTuber model. Very nominal fee, just $5. But so far I've really enjoyed it. So there you go. Yeah, Coffee. I think that's how that website is pronounced, KO/FI. I think a lot of people pronounce it Coffee. But that's where I got this model from. So I'm still trying to get used to it, and I'm still trying to figure out the Discord overlays, because some people use the Discord overlay and they have it vetted via another website where you can have your PingTuber model be the thing you see on Discord overlays. So I'll figure it out one day. But this is Jack Nicklaus 6 Golden Bear Challenge. One of the things I like about it is you can save your favorite shots. when there's a shot that, excuse me, that I felt was really, really good. Now I've hit some good shots in this game before, but I'm talking like platinum. If there's a shot that I hit that was in no uncertain terms platinum, I would save it. So I've saved a handful of these. So here's you some that I will showcase to you. This is at Shoal Creek on a par 5 hole. This is a second shot, a 9-iron. And look at that. Nice approach. Very close to the hole. And there you have it. Here's where I almost made a hole-in-one at a par 4 hole, an albatross attempt, if you will. This is at Muirfield Village in Dublin, Ohio. At the third hole, tee shot. And there you go, it's on the green. And look how close we came to an albatross. Alright. Here's a 37-footer at the par 5, 5th. Just off the green. And there. Actually, see if I can use a different view. Here we go. Here it is from a different view. Look at this. Look at this. Let's go. If it wasn't on the fairway, I would have chipped it, but there you go. Here it is at the 16th hole at Muirfield. This is a tee shot at a par 3. Now watch this. Look at that. Very close to the hole. Easy birdie there. Alright, now we go to Sherwood Country Club. This is a tee shot at the 12th hole. Now watch this. Look at that. Solid. I'll show you a couple of more. Here's another albatross attempt. This is a sand wedge from about 103. Second shot at a par 5. Look at this. Look at that. And there you go. Hit the wrong button. And here you go. This is at Nicklaus North. 14th hole. 32-footer for eagle and sinks it. You know what? I'll show you one more. This is a shot from the fairway bunker. Second shot, par 5, 8th. This is at Nicklaus North. And look at that. Almost sinks that bad boy. That is absolute beauty. But yeah, you can save whatever shot you want, and you can save it on file. So those are some of the shots that you can save up on Jack Nicklaus 6 Golden Bear Challenge. But again, I saved up a lot of the golf courses from previous games. Some of these come from the Signature Edition, the Golf and Course Design Signature Edition. Some of these came from Jack Nicklaus 4, and some of these came from Jack Nicklaus 5. So I wanted to save all of these for you guys. Because I wanted to present all of them to you on the latest, greatest version of Jack Nicklaus 6 Golden Bear Challenge, while acknowledging the creativity of previous games and previous golf courses. I've designed a couple myself. I designed one last year when I started streaming, and then I designed one in January when I was celebrating his birthday. So, what's unique about this game is that you can opt to play as Jack Nicklaus himself, the bear. So, we're going to be playing at Nicklaus North at Whistler. Of course, you can see the commentary for it. Situated in stunning Whistler Valley, just 2 hours from Vancouver, British Columbia, this lush course is surrounded by breathtaking mountain scenery on every side. You'll find an innovative and challenging design that will help you improve your game while remaining fun to play. Nicklaus North is 6,908 yards from the tips. Greens are bent grass and fairways are bluegrass. This course first opened for play in 1995 and was named Best Canadian Course for that year by Golf Digest. And Golf Digest is a popular golf magazine. So, artwork for homes on Nicklaus North provided courtesy of Terran Design Incorporated. And of course you can see the course statistics. These are from the times I played it in January when I was celebrating his birthday. And these are some hole statistics from when I've played this hole. So we're going to do a little bit of de-rusting. So here we go. We're at the first hole of this illustrious golf course in the Canadian province of British Columbia. It's a fantastic looking golf course. You can see the landing view right here. I might make that small. I have to go to preferences a second. Hold on. And it's not showing up that well. Here we go. Yeah, sometimes this thing doesn't show up too hotly. We'll worry about it later. But hopefully you can see where I'm going. I usually overswing my shots, which is dangerous when you try to miss-hit it. But the reason why I de-rust a little bit is because I haven't played this game in so long that I have to kind of get used to the game again. There we go. It's a little uphill, so I'm going to give a little bit more juice. Alright. So, we're going to be putting for birdie. There's a decent chunk of break, so I'm going to account for that. There's no sense of uphill or downhill. This is a 7-footer, but with the break it makes it very easy to miss, and we got it. Alright. This is the par 3 second, and you can opt to have flybys. By the way, ads are coming up, so be sure to take care of yourself and get you a nice little stretch break, and go to the bathroom if you have to, things like that, and I'll be here when you return. And by the way, thanks for the 30 bits. I forgot to thank you for that. I'm sorry. Slight miss hit, but we're going to still be on the green. Okay. And by the way, another cool thing about this game is that you can listen to tips from the Golden Bear himself. And this is what I might do whenever we go into ads. So I can provide a sense of benefits for subscribing to my channel, because I've not done a great job doing that. But in this case, when I play this game, I'll let you listen to a couple of pointers from Jack Nicklaus. So here you go.
Confidence has to be the golfer's greatest single weapon on the green. If he believes he's going to make a putt, quite often he will. I don't think technique is all that important. I think that belief and confidence is far more important. I think you need to decide whether you're by nature a charge or die putter. I'm a die putter, in the sense that I aim the ball just over the front lip of the cup when I stroke it perfectly. One reason I prefer this is that it's less wearing on my nerves, and I don't have many 3-foot putts coming back, begin with 15-footers.
Alright, we're back. So we're putting. Slight left to right. We're putting for birdie. Alright. This is for 3. Alright. So we're at the par 5 third. That's the 200-yard marker in case you're wondering what's up there. And it looks like I might end up in the sand. And there I am in the sand. Alright. So we're hitting from about 85. We're going to use a sand wedge. Look at this. And we're just a small piece short of the hole, but we're on the green. Alright, we're going to be putting for an eagle. And we did a little too much accounting for. But we got a birdie out of that. Thank the Lord. Alright, this is the par 4 fourth. We're about 320 from the red tees. Tee shot. I ended up in another fairway. Interesting. Alright, 70 yards, we're going to hit a sand wedge. Let's go. Hey, too cute to be sus, how's your husband's stream coming along? Is it coming along alright? For all practical purposes, yes, but I'm still going to use my webcam for certain streams, like if I'm doing Taco Tuesday or something like that. But this is another great streamer, too cute to be sus. She is a mental health advocate. So if you need to have conversations about mental health and things like that, she's your person to talk to. She's not a therapist, but she's a person that, in the proverbial, has been to hell and back. So, give her a follow and hang out with her. And talk with her and have any necessary conversations with her that you need. You're more than welcome. This VTuber model was recommended to me by Crunchy Sunflower a few weeks ago. So, the Etsy link she gave me was taken down, so I had to get it from a website called Ko-fi. ko-fi.com. So, I got it from there. So now I'm using it. So there you go. But definitely give 2Q a follow. I'm sorry to hear that. I do hope you feel better. Don Paulione, who was here earlier, has been.
Ooh, look who's first.
Don Paulione, someone that was here earlier, is pretty sick too. But to be fair, Don is a New York City resident, and NYC is a hotbed for illnesses. So, seriously, as many insects as there are that fly around my house, it's a miracle from God I have not gotten West Nile in my life. So I've had summer colds, but thankfully I haven't had anything deeply serious in a long, long time. So there you go. I mean, I've had colds, I've had stomach bugs, but thankfully nothing serious in years. It's because I try to eat and drink healthy, make sure I have a decent amount of vitamins and things like that. The only real problem I've had is insomnia. There are nights I haven't slept all that great. I didn't know this until a few months ago, but West Nile is more of a summer illness than a winter illness, because you get it from mosquitoes. That's why some people will tell you to drain your pools and your fountains, because they would sit on your pool and lay eggs on it. So, anyway. Yeah, I've had various members of my family that have had, I had various members of my family that's had the virus in the last 4 years of this pandemic, but thankfully I have dodged every bullet. I've never had COVID, but my brothers had it, my parents have had it, my aunt has had it twice. I've had another aunt that's had it twice. I've had an uncle that's had it once. I've had another uncle that's had it along with his current wife and his 2 stepdaughters. But yeah, too cute. You ought to follow Don Paulione. Fantastic streamer. He's also a community streamer. I know you like to monitor community streams, so you ought to get to know Don Paulione and hang out with him. Yeah, I think that's a God thing. Because I know Too Slow, because of his job, has to do a lot of traveling, and you know, some people get it from flying trips. So I really believe God has protected Too Slow in terms of that. So I think that's a God thing. I think God's looking out for your husband. But that's my take on it. But Jack is now putting for a birdie. Alright, we're now at hole number 5. make me put you in timeout, too cute. I can't have a sick hubby. I'd send him back to his mom. Oh my. Okay then. Does he whine when he's sick? Is that what's going on? Alright, we're in the sand. No, it's not. It's for the birds. Cause we men are big babies when we're sick. I'll just put it to you straight. We men are big babies when we're sick. I'll just shoot straight with you. Thank you so much. You read my mind like a biography. So Frosty Tools is not doing the cooldown thing. Thank the Lord. That irritated me. But, yeah, I'm glad they're not doing the, that cooldown mess anymore. That was stupid. I am a VTuber now. This VTuber model was recommended to me a few weeks ago, so I had it vetted. But it's good to see you here, Matitude, and this is another person that is a community streamer, so if you like community streams, Matitude is your guy. He's also pretty good friends with Jennifer Sannett, aka Insane T. Insane T. She's also a community streamer. Well, thank you so much for hand gifting him a sub. For hand gifting him a sub. He's fantastic. But yeah, VIPs and moderators can give shout outs. Believe me, if my brother was here, I'd have him give shout-outs to streamers that we both know and love. So, rest assured, if I see somebody in stream that I know that's a streamer and is gifted and anointed to do what they do, I will make sure they get some love. And speaking of gifting subs, too cute to be sus, you will not believe this, but I got my first Twitch payout this week. So, there you go. More tithes money for my church. Because let's be real, I will tithe off my Twitch payouts. You can take that sucker to the bank and cash that check. I am tithing off of my Twitch payouts. Bless God. But yeah, I'm hoping Twitch can be my potential third stream of income. Wow, that was a good sand shot. Let's go. That one landed within inches. I nearly hold that sucker. That would have been an eagle. Just one singular penny. That's all. Just one singular penny. I know who it is. Wow, I should do Saturday streams more often. Anyway, we're at hole number 6 now. You got your biggest Twitch payout? That is crazy awesome. Can we get some hype in the chat from Attitude? That is crazy awesome. Where are my mods? My brother is probably at work. And now we have ads. You got good references? We'll talk via DMs, Don. That's what we'll do. We'll talk via DMs. That actually turned out to be not half bad. I know. See what? Wow, that mishit was costly. I am in the rough. And the situation, needless to say, is rough. I could be a mod if you wanted me to be one. I'll think about it. Cause I know you have to mod for other streamers, like your husband and Quarry and others, Toko. Of course, Toko has a music career to launch, so I'm trying to remember all the people you mod for. I know you mod for your husband. I know you mod for Toko. 16 streams. Wow. Maybe I don't need to make your load heavier. But anyway. Yeah, there is a lot. I know you're happy to have your hubby home though. I know it's very quiet when he's not home. And we might end up in the first cut of rough. Ayo. He's... Oh no. Anyway, at least I'm not in the sand this time. Slope's pretty bad on this thing. 30-footer for eagle, and that was a good lag. Ball's a little bit below the hole. A little mishit there. That's really gonna make things a touch challenging. We're in the sand. Another good sand shot. Nice. By the way, Too Cute, have you followed my brother yet? You need to. There you go.
Are you ready for horny? Is it horny
No.
hours?
I don't think so.
There you go. That's him right there, blue hat guy Mark, and now they're doing the cooldown thing again. They pick very random times to do cooldowns. That's blue hat guy Mark. If it wasn't for him, I would not be streaming. I think he misspelled quarry, but I could be wrong. A little piece above the hole. See if we can manage. There we go. Gesundheit. Use me. So a little bit below the hole. But just getting it on the green will be enough. Yeah, that's just the weirdest thing in the world. That was a good lag. Good two-putt birdie. A little bit above the hole, we have to hit it over the lake. Put some flight to this thing. There we go. We got a birdie. Aww. Thanks for the hug. Hug for you too. Don Paulione, by the way, has referred to me now as the resident hydrator of his group. Yeah, the Lord really does look out for his people. He really does. God really takes care of his own. Yeah. Yeah, I do be hydrating, people. I hydrated my brother when I raided into him early this morning. And there you go. That's how you get out of a pickle. And now we have a 16-footer for Eagle. The resident Walmart Twitch greeter. Let's go. You're a greeter at church? At the church you go to on the other side of my county. Ooh! Ooh, that was close. We sure do. I want to treat you to Sweet Frog. I don't know how big of a fan you are of frozen yogurt, but Sweet Frog is amazing. Sweet Frog is a dessert place. They specifically sell frozen yogurt. It's when it was started by a Christian. He's since sold the company since he founded it in 2009. But the enterprise that the company that currently owns Sweet Frog does allow for franchising, so people can plant a Sweet Frog anywhere they want to. We're going to go for a bump and run on this one. And that was half babied. How late are you going to stream for? I don't know at this time. Oh, I can wait. Let's listen to some Jack tips then.
Nicklaus North is a very pretty little golf course lying at the foothills of Whistler Mountain in British Columbia, Canada. It's a piece of property that's surprisingly flat for the area. Most everything there is in the mountains, but this is in a pretty little valley around Green Lake. Not a long golf course. It's only a par 71 and under 7,000 yards at a high altitude. But I find one of the neatest little golf courses I've had the opportunity to be involved in.
All right. We're back. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for right now, but we'll see. I may go for a few hours. I don't know. You know something? We're just off the green. Let's try and putt this thing. There were 6. Wow.
Time to get high.
Thank you so much. That was a good putt. I will. Give your husband a hug for me. Cheers to you and the awesome Too Slow community. God bless all of you. Hey, that was a good lag. That was a good lag. Alright, we're at the 17th. Signature hole on the course. We can give it a little piece of steam. And let's go. That was a really good putt. That was good. Say whatever you want to. That was solid. That was solid. Whoa. That was a really bad miss hit. At least we're over the drink. I keep misjudging that thing. Little break, left to right, and no. Misjudged that thing to a T. At least I broke 60. Did you see me nail that thing for a birdie at 17? That was pretty cool. But if you ever want to see your scorecard, you can hit this button right here. This is the front nine. Look at all those threes. I even made a couple of twos. There you go. Ended up shooting a 57. But you can play through these holes as many times as you want on practice. Of course, when you play a tournament, you can see this. Alright, we're back to the main menu. Let's see who's still watching. I see Alderin is still watching. I see Awesome Gamer still watching. Don Paulion, good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. Alright, I think we're going to play another course. We're going to make the size of this thing small, because I want you to see more of the golf course. Alright, we are going to be playing Sherwood Country Club next. Now, of course, we can play this golf course on Signature Edition as well. But here's the info about this. Sherwood Country Club is without a doubt one of the most beautiful locations in Southern California. There are numerous 600-year-old oak trees on the course, and water hazards come into play on several holes. The course is the site of the Greg Norman Franklin Fund's Shark Shootout. Golf Digest placed it in its prestigious America's 100 Greatest Golf Courses for 1995-96. It was also rated as the 9th best in state course for 1995-96 and 12th best for 1997-98. Golf Week selected this course 80th best out of America's 100 best modern courses for 1997. So, I've played this course before. Back in January when we were celebrating Jack's birthday. Alright, let's keep this party going. Alright. Here we are at hole number 1 at Sherwood. It looks like the tee's at hole number 2. It's a little bit downhill, and also accounting for break. So we're going to watch this very carefully, and we are going to go from there. And look at that thing roll. A good start for sure. Alright, we're at the second hole. And that is a really bad miss hit. Look at that thing just go right for the trees. We're going to club down a little piece since this is above the hole. We're going to go for the right side of the green, or from our perspective, the right side of the green, and wow, that was a bad miss hit. And we're in the bunker. And we're below the hole, so we're going to give it some juice. Alright. Did you see him miss that 4-footer?
confidence has to be the golfer's greatest single weapon on the green. If he believes he's going to make a putt, quite often he will. I don't think technique is all that important. I think that belief and confidence is far more important.
We heard that before. But he's putting for par. Yay. Wow. Let's see. Make sure this person hydrates real quick. There we go. And there you go. Wow. I might have aimed it a little too far right, but we'll see. Whoa! I didn't aim it far enough to the right. Alright, we're at the 5th hole. It's a little bit below the hole, so we'll give it a little bit of punch. There we go. All right. We're now putting for eagle. We're going to aim it a good ways to the right as well, because this is very, very tricky. And we did almost too well. I hope we don't three-putt this bad boy. Whoa, look at that thing fly. Imagine four-putting a hole, right? That reminds me, I still need to clip that eagle I did. And that is sand. All right. Just get it on the green. There you go. And that was a good lag. Wow, I did a lot of pars. I had no idea. And there you go. We got a birdie. Let the wind guide that thing. And look at that. Back of the green. All right. Yeah, that slope just looks some kind of serious to me. That slope still looks some kind of serious to me. I barely made that thing, too. Alright, hole number 9. All right. Just short. And I barely made it onto the green. Look at that putt. Alright, we were egregiously short. And we are on the green. Safely onto the green. But the real question is, will he make this putt for birdie? Avalon, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope your stream went well and everything. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Raiders, good to see you. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope all is well in your part of the world. Welcome to TV Land. I'm TV Antenna. I hope you guys have had a great time with Avalon Rose. As is our custom here at TV Land, tell me about Avalon Rose that keeps you coming, keeps you lurking, keeps you getting involved, keeps you hanging out with this person, keeps you wanting to spend time, energy, and money with this person. As always, if you have to raid and run for self-care reasons, we totally understand. But anyway, I am a Mario streamer, a Sonic streamer, a sports streamer, a weather streamer, a variety streamer at heart. I stream Mario games, Sonic games, sports games, a few weather games, games that you didn't know exist, or games that you have forgotten existed. I also, along with having Twitch, I have a YouTube channel, I have a Discord channel, I have a Tweeter, I have a Facebag, not a Facebag, I'm sorry. I have a Tweeter, I have an Instagram, and I have Steam. And of course, you're more than welcome to use my TV commands if you can. And you can have a little bit of fun with that. You can get a little bit of information about me. But I hope y'all guys have had a good time with Avalon Rose. Hopefully, y'all had a great time. It's going pretty well. It's called FrostyTools.com. I was introduced to it a few months ago by a former friend of mine. And I've certainly enjoyed using it. Although the cooldowns are a little bit aggravating, I certainly enjoy my usage of them. But it's going pretty well. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for letting me hang out with you for a little bit earlier today. It is good to hear from you. We're playing Jack Nicklaus. Of course, I'll be playing this game more in July in lieu of him and Barbara's 64th wedding anniversary, which we'll be celebrating all month long, even though it is on July 23rd. But tonight we're doing a little bit of de-rusting because next month we will be creating a season, if you will, where we'll be playing 4 rounds on some of the golf courses throughout the ages. So we'll be having a little bit of fun with that. But yeah, we're enjoying this golf course that Jack Nicklaus designed, that was recognized by a magazine called Golf Digest. Of course, everything is digital now, so magazines are kind of a thing of the past. But still, it's great when when your work is recognized by a magazine. But anyway, we're at the par 5 13th. And I think that lie off the tee was no help. Alright, we have a side hill lie, so we're going to be aiming it So look at that. Real nice second shot onto the green. And now we have a 24-footer for eagle. And now we have a birdie. Actually 4-putted for bogey at a par 5 hole. You missed that. But anyway. Have you ever heard of the Jack Nicklaus games before, Avalon? Alright, we're going to be now putting for birdie. And let's go! Let's go! We just hold a 20-footer downhill for a birdie. Let's go. Alright, let's go to the next hole. Alright, we are going to be using a pitching wedge for this shot. Count for the win. A little more than usual since we're above the hole. And we mishit it. Alright. That was pretty good. That was a par. That was a little piece of momentum. Let's go. I guess Avalon had to raid and run, which I totally get. And just missed it. But we'll take a birdie. I'm still here on my heel. I'm still here, just chilling, grabbing some food before bed. Okay, cool. Wow, that was a good tee shot. Wow. It's pretty nice. Okay. So you are doing some self-care. I totally get it. Have you heard of the Jack Nicklaus games? And that was a really bad miss hit. That one's going to be right in the woods. Oh, you haven't heard of this game? Okay. It is a golf game. It's actually both a golf game and a golf course designing game, because this game came with a course designer where you can design your own golf course with scenery and everything. That is pretty cool. I love it. And we parred the last hole. Not our best game, but we'll take a 68. No, sir. This is one of the golf courses that came with the game. With the Jack Nicklaus games, it features courses that Jack himself has designed, whether in the actual game or in real life. Sherwood Country Club is a real life golf course that's been virtualized for this game. This game has other courses that Jack Nicklaus has designed as well. And we have ads. I tell you what, while these ads are running, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. Don't go away. I will be right back. Is the old course in St. Andrews in the game? It's not in this Jack Nicklaus game, but it's in a Jack Nicklaus game I have. I think it's on Golf and Course Design Signature Edition. So if you tune in next month when I play the Jack Nicklaus games for the month of July, I will gladly showcase it for you because it's in some of the Jack Nicklaus games that came out in the early 90s. But I need a couple of extra moments because my dad and his health coach just came home from Raleigh. So give me a few moments. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. When they come home, I like to make sure they need anything or stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to step away. Cause sometimes they come home with groceries and I have to help unload the car. Don Paulion, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. And there's your Mario Kart emojis. Because you know Don Paulion plays Mario Kart on Mondays. Is it Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Don, that you guys play on stream? Because I want to make sure if I ever decide to play with you that I get the right game for my Switch Lite. So I want to make sure. But anyway, welcome back, Don. Deluxe, okay. Because I've got a couple of gift cards for Nintendo that's just been sitting here collecting dust in the proverbial. So I gotta spend it, and I gotta get an SD card anyway if I'm going to shove more games into my collection. I'm thinking about getting one that's a terabyte, but it is god awful expensive. $140 for a terabyte. Wow. Greedy much, Nintendo? But anyway, I can't believe you're like 30 to 40 minutes from that course. I'll have to let you know the next time the British Open plays there so you can go. But it's in an earlier Jack Nicklaus game. But I'll show you my scorecard for Sherwood real quick. But there you go. You could see where I birdied 4 of the last 6 holes to shoot a 68 and a back 932. So that's the cool thing about this game. You can look at your scorecard at will. And of course, because there are some tournament games, you can look at your leaderboard at will as well. But I can show you, before I play some more games on the Jack Nicklaus games are multiplayer, yes. Yes, DOSBox. I love it. Actually, it's its spiritual successor, DOSBox X. I got this because this one does more than DOSBox does. But I wanted to show Avalon something real quick before we start playing more Golden Bear Challenge, because he was asking about this earlier. There we go. It's actually on Jack Nicklaus's one of the Jack Nicklaus tournament discs. But there's Muirfield Village and the Bears track. There's Sherwood Country Club, Lorimar, and English Country Club. There's Medinaya, Shoal Creek, and St. Andrews. And this is Australian, St. Creek, and St. Melian. What happened with these Jack Nicklaus games is that there were, for the PC and the Mac version, there were like subsequent course discs that were released following the greatest 18 holes of golf. So you got Jack Nicklaus presents international courses, Jack Nicklaus presents US Open courses, and discs like that. So you could get access to virtual versions of real-life golf courses. So you get to play a lot of major tournament golf courses in this game. So it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Scotland. Scotland is beautiful. The Scotland golf courses are absolutely drop dead stinking gorgeous. You got the St. Andrews Old Course, St. Andrews New Course, St. Andrews Jubilee Course. And I know there's like 3 or 4 other ones at St. Andrews. But I know Old, New, and Jubilee. And those are from a Lynx golf game. That's how I know about those. But the old course at St. Andrews is beautiful. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Oh my God. Jesus H. Christ. They're gorgeous. Oh my God. But yeah, you can play But you can play St. Andrews at on Jack Nicklaus Greatest 18 Holes of Golf if you have the International Course Disc. So there you go. Let's see if I can find that. See if I can find that hole. Here you go. This is the This is hole 14. This is the infamous par 5 with that bunker. So that will give you some sense of perspective. So there you go. Allegedly, Jack Nicklaus scored a 10 on this hole because it took him 5 attempts to get out of that bunker. So that puts things in perspective concerning how difficult it is to get out of that bunker. But yeah. Yeah, there's that bunker right there. You can see it. You can see it right in front of you. I landed just short of it. You see that? That's the bunker that Jack had a hard time getting out of that one time. So there you go. Oh, you're gonna hit the hay? Okay. Well, I hope you rest well, sleep well, and I hope you have a good night's rest and that you have a good Sunday. Well, Don, I guess it's just you and me now. I hope you're doing well. By the way, to put things in perspective, this is the PC version of the NES game you were talking to me about at the commencement of my stream. But this is the PC version because along with that NES version, there was a PC version, a Mac version, and versions for various lesser known consoles. So there you go. And I'm putting for eagle. Yeah, I'll take a birdie. Or I'll take a par. I've forgotten these greens are kind of crazy. But that was that golf course he was talking about. I wanted to show him that golf course. He was asking about St. Andrews because he doesn't live too far from there. So he wanted to know about that. But some Jack Nicklaus games do have the old course at St. Andrews. So there you go. In some golf games by Electronic Arts Sports have that course as well, like the Tiger Woods PGA Tour games have the old course at St. Andrews there as well as the Links golf games as well. So you can say in a sense that the video game industry has, in some sense, in some measure, immortalized that golf course. So there you go. There you go. But anyway, we have played Nicholas North and we have played Sherwood. We're going to play this fan-made course. When Jack Nicklaus 4 came out, that is where they host the British Open every... And now we have ads again. Hang on a sec. Are you back from advertisements? Cause sometimes the ad experiences do vary from person to person, but anyway, to answer your question, the old course at St. Andrews is where they host the British Open. I want to say every 5 to 7 years. It is a golf course that is very near and dear to Jack's heart, and that's why he kind of wanted the game developers to immortalize that game virtually, because he really, really loves St. Andrews. I think I saw on YouTube where a few years ago he got the St. Andrews City key. He had the key to St. Andrews. And his speech about the memories he has at St. Andrews during his golf career was very, very moving, to say the least. It was a beautiful speech. But we're going to play a course that I converted from earlier Jack Nicklaus games. when they released Jack Nicklaus 4, people really had a field day with the course designers and really went crazy with it. There were like hundreds of courses that you could get from the internet. That website has long since been taken down. But what this course did when it was released for Jack Nicklaus 5 was it took 18 of the most challenging fantasy holes and had them vetted to Jack Nicklaus 5, and I had them converted to 6. And what you ended up with was a golf course with a lot of obstacles to overcome, if you will. So, to say the least, that's pretty cool. So, people, when they've played Jack Nicklaus 4, 5, and 6, they've really let their, and even on Golf and Course Design and Signature Edition, they really set their imagination free and really went crazy. But here are some of the people that had a field day with the course designer. So we're going to actually try the holes that these people have made. And I want you to get a good look at these names, because this is where credit is due. So we're going to enjoy these holes that these people have made. In case your site isn't the best site in the world, hole number 1 was designed by Ken McHale. Hole number 2 was designed by Brian Onofrio. Hole number 3 was made by Todd Cosby. Hole 4 was made by Joel Anderson. Hole number 5 was made by Mike Massey. Hole number 6 was made by David Zeals. Hole number 7 was made by Claire Del Treese. Hole number 8 was made by P. Gary Gilks. Hole number 9 was designed by Brian Silvernail. Hole number 10 was made by Benjamin Wheeler. Hole number 11 was made by Charles Whidden. Hole number 12 was made by Daniel Sestak. Hole number 13 was made by Jeff Jones. Hole number 14 was made by Don Quackenbush. Hole number 15 was made by Dale Fowler. Hole number 16 was made by Brian Hansen. Hole number 17 was made by John Mintler. And hole number 18 was made by Jim Dixon. So, these are the people that made these holes that Accolade recognized and had vetted into Jack Nicklaus 5 that I had converted here onto 6. So there you go. I haven't played it before until today. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. So here's hole number 1. And of course, some of these holes we're going to have to do mind over muscle. So if I decide to hit a long iron off the tee on some of these holes, just take a deep breath and we'll get through this. A little bit of a miss hit, but we're on the green. Part number 1. And watch it get right into the woods. Okay. Alright. We dropped to 1 over par. Now we're at the par 3 third. I'm going to account for a wind a little bit more because we're downhill. Alright, we're on the green. And we're in for a birdie. Alright. Might have hit that tree. Yep. I was hoping to get under it, but okay. And we're going uphill, so we might have to give it some more punch. Keep us together. And we're on the green. And we have a fairly short birdie putt. See how it goes. And we just missed it. It's alright, we'll take a par. Alright. I think we're gonna have to go mind over muscle over here. Ooh! Did you see us bounce out of that bunker? Now that was a miracle shot right there. Alright, we're uphill to the hole. We got a 4-iron heading to the green, 196. And we're just over the green. We're going to go for a bump and run. We're going to give it a little less steam because we are downhill to the hole. And we're accounting for the break because we are going left to right. We're putting for birdie at this point. Keep us together. Alright, we settled for par. Now that's beautiful scenery, not gonna lie. That's a nice view of the horizon over there. That's very nice. Ooh. Not good. Not good at all. We're going to account for the wind a little piece. All right, we're putting for birdie. And there you go. Alright, we're gonna go. I'm gonna count for the wind a little bit because we are going downhill to the hole. And I still mishit the crap out of that thing. Okay. At least we made another birdie. Ooh, that's a good view of the horizon there. Wow. Taggone. Snap. I accidentally hit F1. I'm sorry, y'all. Hang on. There you go. Let me account for the win a little piece. That's a beautiful view, though. These people have come up with some solid ideas. I'm going to try to get it to hit the fringe once. And go from there. Oh, snap. Did not go as planned. Let's see if we can get this sucker out of the sand. Missed green in regulation, but we can manage. Alright, we're at hole number 9. Let me account for the wind just the hair to start them. Let's see how that goes. Mishit it a little bit, but maybe that'll work. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Alright, we're up to 3 under par. Some of these holes are giving me Mario Golf vibes. I'm very impressed. Account for the wind is a course of least regret. Make up your mind what you're going to do, and then do it. That's what Jack always says. I think I'm going to give this ball a little piece of bite. There we go. We can save par now. Hey, Jack. It's the par 3 11th. We're 180 to the hole. It is severely downhill. I think I'm going to go with an 8-iron. I'm accounting for the wind. And there you go. I am over the green. Thanks to the fact that it's downhill, I actually hit an 8-iron 200 yards. You know what? I think I'm going to putt this one. I'm going to be way short. But at least I made par. Alright, we're going to hit a sand shot. Or try to, anyway. Ooh. Hit it a little piece past the hole. But I think we can still make birdie. Alright, we're in the light rough. The semi-rough, as the old timers would put it. Give it a little bit more juice because we're uphill to the hole. And that turned out to be a decent recovery shot. I think we're going to be saving par. Good job. Alright, we're at a par 5 now. Alright, we're about 213. I think we are going to use a 4-iron. And I'm back in play. I'm well short, but I'm back in play. Alright, we birdied that hole. That's a lot of stuff to deal with. Oh! Ooh. We may be taking a double. We'll see. Maybe even triple. That was a really bad regression right there. At least we gave some of our golf balls a bath. Let's see if I can get it to bounce onto the green. Because if I just hit it onto the green, it's probably just going to keep running and running and running. Well, that didn't go according to plan, but okay. See if we can par this hole. And it looks like we will. know what? Let's take a leap of faith here. Wow. Wow. That went better than I thought. Excuse me. I think I'm going to go with a 7-iron here. Oh, that was an awful miss hit. Yeah. That's like trouble right there. Not too bad, but still. Look at that. Look at that. We might be parring this hole. Maybe even bogeying. I'll just try and get it close. There we go. Alright. So there we go. This is the front 9. We were out in 32. We bogeyed the second hole, but we birdied 3, 6, 7, and 9. So that worked in our favor. And then in the back 9, we had a pretty bad regression on the 15th. But we did enough to come in at even par. So we ended up shooting a 69. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the challenge golf course that I got vetted onto Jack Nicklaus 6 Golden Bear Challenge. All right. I think we are going to finish. I think we're going to finish with a round at Shoal Creek. This is a golf course that's designed by Jack Nicklaus. Opened in late 1977. This Jack Nicklaus design course near Birmingham, Alabama, was in 1984 the youngest facility ever to host a major championship. The 66 PGA Championship was won here by Lee Trevino. The collaboration of visionary owner Hall Thompson and Jack Nicklaus has resulted in a par 72, 7,145-yard masterpiece cradled at the feet of Oak and Double Oak Mountains at the southern end of the Appalachians. Golf Digest rates Shoal Creek as one of the 100 best courses in the United States, and Golf Magazine agrees, listing it as in the top 100 courses in the world. So I played this course back in January. So let's see if we can get some derusting in here. That thing had some mean backspin to it. Wow. Keep us together. Part number 1. And I hit that button again. Why do I keep hitting that button? Ooh, drove out the green. Alright, we are in red numbers. Alright. My plan is to stream for maybe another hour. Maybe. That depends on how quickly I finish through Shoal Creek. Ooh, that's a good approach shot. Let's see if we can get 2 putts for a birdie. Or 1 putt for an eagle. I'll take it. Alright, we're at the 4th hole. Fairly straightforward. Just don't mishit it. And I did mishit it. Into the trees. Okay. See if we can get that 7-iron onto the green. Well, not 7-iron. I think I'm going to go with a 9. Shoot. We'll give it a little more steam because we're going uphill. All right. Ooh. That was an unfortunate setback. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is a golf course you have to be careful. Alright, let's see if we can get this birdie. And we got it.
I think my driver has been my most useful club through most of my years, in that the driver sets up everything. Short irons to par fours, irons to par fives for chances for birdies. It absolutely sets up what happens in the game of golf. I think a fairway wood has been more important to me off the tee on a short par 4 for accuracy than it's ever been as a second shot on a par 4 or a par 5. So it has not been as important to me as a driver or a long iron, but important when I have to use it.
Alright, we're back. I keep forgetting to play tips during ads. fell very short. Whoa, that was good. Keep us together. That was a really bad miss hit. I guess we're gonna have fun in the woods. Wow. Saved bogey with a pitch in. Let's go. All right. And we have an eagle. Alright, we're at hole number 13. I have been mishitting lately. Alright, we're putting for a par. And not even close. And I got a boogaloo. Alright. All right. All right. We are now at the 16th hole. We're going to go with a pitching wedge. I think this is a good finish. And there you go. Wasn't the best round in the world, but wasn't the worst. Was out in 33. You can see, you can tell where I may have fumbled in a couple of areas, but at least I got an eagle. Here we go with the back nine. You could tell that there were some regressions, very notable ones at that. There you go. Nah. We can just go ahead and call it. It's almost midnight anyway, and I got to get some rest. I didn't even take my medicine last night, so I definitely need to take that tonight. And I got to get some rest so I can go to church tomorrow. For those of you that are new here at TV Land, I am a devout Christian and a classical traditional Pentecostal. So when I think of Sunday, I think of church. So, you know, I have to be in the house of the Lord and them, and go worship and praise God with the saints. I think I'm going to raid into somebody I haven't raided into before. I hope he takes raids, but I really like this guy. I really like this guy, so we're going to be raiding into him. But this particular Twitch streamer, his name is It's Sharky1. Everybody just calls him Sharky, or by his real first name, which is Michael. For those of you that are familiar with the Tetris scene, you probably know who this guy is, because he is very well known in the Tetris industry. Because he is one of the editors for the Classic Tetris League. You may have seen his face in various Classic Tetris League events, because he is a commentator, and he is an analyzer when it comes to NES Tetris games. And he has his own YouTube channel where he talks Tetris and other things like that. So you be sure to show Sharky the love, care, and appreciation there that you did here. Make sure you give him some head pats, and make sure you greet him. And if you have any questions about Tetris, I'm sure he will be more than delighted to answer them. But I hope you guys have a wonderful evening as I prepare to rest and brace for church tomorrow. I hope you understand that you are loved, valued, and appreciated. Know that Jesus loves you, and we here at TV Land do as well. For all the fathers that are out there, I hope you have a wonderful and a joyous Father's Day. May God bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you, lay his countenance upon you and give you his peace. And I hope y'all have a great Father's Day. Finish June strong. I will be back on Monday with Dr. Mario, and I hope you will join me as we mitigate the public health issue at the Mushroom Kingdom. So have a great evening. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless.